Hello, welcome back. We cast some spells with the usual effects. Two of our insane commanders searched for sites and didn't find any. DM Drakkar declared swoosh swoosh, the new prophet. And we saw some battles. So first of all, Lemnos attacks Nazca. Lemnos has this troll with a skull staff and gems, casting Summon Lamashtas. The Lamashtas then immediately begin attacking his own troops, because it's a good spell. A lot of fireballs, which I don't like to see. And that's that. That's Rotmarsh. So he lost a few cats, but he killed significantly more warriors. We had a lot of battles. We took Elderhill with nothing here. We took Mun with the Lavaborn. Killed one of my wildlings, but not much else to see there. Norfang we pinged. This is the throne. So I'll quickly just examine the sorceresses for you. There's only 2 spellcasters here. Everything else is just trash. Heavy infantry. There's got some phantasmal warriors, which is something. Militia, archers. And then the casters, this one has a lot of death gems and stuff. So maybe some hordes of skeletons out of her. And this one has some fire gems, notably. We'll probably cast a fire elemental or 2, if I had to guess. That might give us some problems, but other than that, pretty puny throne, just like the other one, so that's good to know. Battling the second forest. Again, not really much to see here. Took it without too many problems. And then we spied a battle in Coast Haven. This was Selenia taking Man's Fort. Not much here. And that's over pretty quickly. It's Coast Haven. Lots of events as usual. Paloma we agitated. Villia we got a entwining arm. We got gold for the Teeth in the Hills from Bedfellows this turn. This is another new commander, so I'll show him off in a second. Redweed and Summerlands, a different kind of Splendor in Holoma. We got a new Great Red Moor in Glade Woods. Maya, Redweed. A king long since dead has come to fulfill his ancient obligation. We gained a white mage and 27 whites in Holoma. Holoma's been a good province for 3 units. And in Villia, a witch was caught, misfortune and magic increased. That's it for messages. So, allies. Holoma gave us this guy, randomly. D2 white mage. He came with 27 whites. Pretty nice. I'll take it. That's cool. These guys are very good looking. Got magic weapons that do decay. 19 protection. Aura of chill. Yeah, cool. Nice to have for free. Over at Bedfellows we got this guy. Teeth in the Hills are pretty good for raiding as well. They also can't bless themselves though. Unlike dancers, they do not fly, but they do move very quickly. And they're stealthy. And he came with some unit versions as well, so there's 4 of them. They might be difficult to see in the video, because they're very dark. That's what they look like. Unlike dancers and things, these guys don't. Well, they have dark power, but they don't have any scale-related power, so they can go into enemy territory quite easily, which is nice. They also move very far. They've got this big red arrow. Probably not quite as far as cats move, though. The guy playing cats has been posting screenshots of his map movement, which is kind of ridiculous. But still, pretty far. As for what else is happening this turn, so down here, you know what? Selenia can have all this territory. It's fine. Maybe we can even make peace with him one day. I don't know. We haven't really done anything in the war that I guess we're technically in with them. I don't know. But you know what? They can have all this. Because we're at war with two people again. Because for some reason over here in Lemnos, despite the fact that Lemnos was saying he's basically out of the game now, Nazgir has decided that the best course of action for him is to stop invading Lemnos, join forces with him, and invade me instead. Because he now has this border with me, and feels so threatened by me that he's going to declare war. So we're now at war with a newly reinvigorated Lemnos and Nazgir, and technically still Selenia and Man, because Man is still in the game and hasn't gone to AI yet. And I declared war on Selenia and then haven't had a response since I said maybe that was a mistake. So we got 4 opponents, you know. But that's okay. We should, you know, take it in our stride. Let's just see how things can go. All right, we're not in too bad a position yet. So up here, grey arrows, worms. That's as usual. Fine. Over here, let's take this throne quickly before DM Dracket takes it. This is a pretty big army for quite an easy throne. So there's no gems or anything here, I don't think. It's just death guys, spam horde of skeletons, astral guys do body ethereal, nature guys do vine arrows, units walk forwards, and that's about it. Worms in the back, everything else in the front. Pretty standard stuff. I don't think we'll have too many problems. Once that's done, this army is going to move down. It's going to stay in this region. It's going to finish off Man, deal with Nazgir if they attack us, deal with aggression from Selenia. This is our southern territory army. Up here, I'm moving stuff towards this throne. Going to try and take this throne as well. I'm throwing some units into Jelvakish this turn. It's the Cadaverous Red Worms plus some random spellcasters. We try and move the assassins, the nature assassins that are all here currently. I'm going to try and move them up. We can give them nature gems now and have them cast Swarm to assassinate people, so that'll be quite good. But everything's going into Jelvakish, and then we'll attack Northangs next turn. We can roll out some of the worms and stuff that are in Second Forest currently. I'm moving a very slow tree guy into Summerlands. Let's give him some nature gems just in case we need those. And everything else currently in Haloma can, for some reason, attack the throne like in one turn. We're not going to get snow or anything, so like this guy can just move straight there. These guys can all move straight there. So next turn we can attack this throne. This turn we're attacking this throne. And then we'll move into Lemnos' territory over here, finish this off, and see what happens. Now then, the 2 provinces we just took off Lemnos are really good. Elder Hill has gem deposits for 75 gold, which is great. And an enchanted gate for a pearl, which is also great. But even that is nothing compared to Second Forest, which has a stone circle for 1 nature gem, and a statue of the sitting god for a 20% enchantment bonus discount thing, and a pearl as well on top. Now, a lot of the spells we've been casting are enchantments, of course. Our teleports are enchantments, agitate's an enchantment, strange bedfellows is an enchantment. And much later on, we even have a kind of luxury global enchantment called In Between. Well, Unbetween. Which is a kind of victory lap, fuck the world global. Which is an enchantment. If we can somehow get a Astral 7 Nature 4 caster, yeah, we can cast that on this enchantment slate. That'd be a really nice discount on a 250 pearl spell. This would be really cool. This is on top of the fact that, of course, we have a lot of Death Gem income as well. And there are a bunch of other enchantments we could use our Death Gems for. Pale Riders comes to mind. Even Reanimate Archers, we could probably do that if we get the right kind of Amarant guy. Can turn all the dudes into liches. Yeah, so an enchantment site, very good. I'm prioritizing holding this site. I'm putting a temple down. I'm just moving like everything here. I'm sending out the flagellants and like all these worms. I'm gonna sit here and defend this for a turn. See what Cats does. Yeah, and the priority is going to be go through this throne and then secure this province and then attack from here. Because I really don't want to lose that site. It seems like it would be good for us. That's more or less it for this turn, I think. Attacking throne, defending here still. There's still not much going on here. My dancers are out of Dominion now. The stats are kind of trashed. I'll probably move them up here to help in this region. Seems like it's more likely to push Dominion here. But we'll see. And yeah, I'm moving the Death Assassins up as well. I'll either use them in this region or I'll start walking those guys up too. Depends on who's the more threatening. I don't think there's anything else happening. I'm forging like a Skull Talisman. That's like the only other interesting thing. I'm back home. I'm recruiting an assassin. I'm gonna get out a few more assassins to help defend. Mostly just because I need to save some gold now, because I'm gonna want to fort and lab and temple this throne, and then same for this one. Probably want to put a lab down here too, while we roll units into Lemnos. That's it for this turn. It's 10:28. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, welcome back. Lots of messages, but not really much happening, so I'll try and keep it as brief as I can. We got our alteration research. Rest's going into construction for a bit. We can cast Mother Oak this turn. Some more thrones have been claimed. I'll look at all the thrones in a moment. Found some sites. Claiming Tomb and an Enchanted Gate in Ivermark. We found a bunch next to Man's territory as well. I'll look at those in a second as well. We saw Selenia taking province from Man. We took Jabal Kish. Attack the throne. We had quite a lot of stuff here, and there really wasn't much here of any great difficulty. These guys managed to go all the way to the back and start killing commanders, which is nice. While everything else slowly chews through the militia and archers. Goes pretty well. We lost one wildling and one viable redworm colony, and that's it. And as for events, we got a Druid of the Untamed Maker. We got another Druid of the Untamed Maker. Redweed stuff. We got a bunch of militia in Man for free. Not hugely useful, but we can put them on bodyguard duty. Bad Omens and Gold Mountains. 203 gold from Hallwoods. We got another one of those Fire Fountain events. Could try and trigger that with a Dancer later, I suppose. Found some a false prophet in the enchantment site province. Where's that? It's over here. And that's about it. Alright, so sites we found this turn. We found some sites down here next to Man in Ivermark. We got one Urgem, a Death, a Fire, and an Astral Pearl. It's pretty interesting. I didn't expect to find much there. We also got a nature site in Enamoral for another nature gem per turn. That's good. Speaking of nature gems, they're all used this turn to cast Mother Oak. I'm casting that with my N7 god. That should be quite nicely overcast. We've got the more here I forgot in my cap, so I've got an Astral 3 guy here sitting, waiting to cast Bedfellows in my cap as soon as I can. which shouldn't be too long. We get 11 pearls per turn at the moment. So in probably 4 turns we'll open up another Bedfellow's enchantment in my cap. And then we'll get another one up down here somewhere, I think, after that. Throne we just took is the Iron Throne. It's not terribly useful. 100 resources, gives us Adepts of the Iron Order. 23 research for 230 gold. Is actually not that good, really, compared to some of our other options. And they don't actually get us into any paths we don't have, really. Might get 1 point of air or 1 point of fire. They're very expensive. They're not hugely useful, but it's a throne. I'm searching this province for sites this turn with as much stuff as I can. I'm claiming it. I'm building a lab at Palisades and a temple. Everything else is going to move out. We're going to move stuff back to man. This is all just mages. All the slow moving troops have been given to the slowest commander. They're here. And all the fast troops can be moved out in 1 turn later on. So that's all just going to sit here for a turn while we claim the throne and everything. And this region's probably just going to have these units in it. I think that's fine. Seleni's cleaned up this territory, La Manche is cleaning up this. There's just this fort left from man to take, and then maybe Nazca attacks us. I don't know, we'll wait and see. So all the worms and stuff I've got in Ivanmark are just going to take this fort now quickly. It's just this. I don't predict too many problems. And the assassins are going to sit here and hide, just in case Nazca rolls something out. We can kill the commander very quickly. Other than that, we might roll some troops into Nazca's territory if he does start... If he just start making moves towards attacking us. Other than that, we'll just keep all these troops and things down here to wait until our sites develop and defend this region. Over here I'm attacking this throne this turn. There isn't a huge amount of stuff here. I've got some cadaverous red worm colonies. Got about 66 worms here. I've got the teeth in the hills. And I've got all these whites. That's it. That should be okay. The whites and the teeth are up here to get buffed up a little bit. Haste is a big one because the whites are only like moves combat speed 8 or something. And then they'll all work forwards. Everything here does have the cold aura, which might fatigue my commanders a bit, but I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. And then we've got all the worms that will rush forwards. We've got the two dancers who'll buff up and then fly to attack rear. We've got 1 Night Conjurer Amarant who will buff up and attack rear. That's pretty much it. In terms of spells, there's a few people doing swarms and hastes. There's a Quagmire. Lots of Vine Arrows. Not really much else to say. It's quite a small throne, so hopefully that's enough. And I'm still just sitting troops in this province. I'm going to pillage it to get some corpses here, feed these worms. I'll try and get a lab set up here next turn. And then we'll start pumping out long dead horses from here when we can using the site. Because I think the long dead will help sieging down these forts and taking some provinces. Bit awkward fighting into this territory because he has so many units in so many forts that depending on where I move, he can like start raiding behind me immediately, which is a bit unpleasant. I'm expecting a movement into this region from here now, probably. I'm still just going to hit the throne and then move up and then attack from here, hopefully with some long dead. And that's still just the plan. But yeah, I expect to lose quite a few provinces to raids because kind of hard to defend against that. So claiming throne, attacking fort, and then we'll just wait and see this region develop. And we'll have Mother Oak up next turn. That'll be interesting. Some more nature gems. Awkwardly, I gave some nature gems to these N1 guys in Javalkish. I didn't expect they'd actually use them. They were supposed to save them for swarms when we hit Norfang. But for some reason they all decided to... So, like this guy had one, this guy had one. They all used them to cast Enlargement, I think? Very strange. Because there was nothing here. They shouldn't really have used their gems. Oh well. Anyway, that was turn 29. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next turn. Hello. Welcome back. Lots of battles. Some not so good. Got some construction research. We cast Mother Oak, which is good. We're up to 19 nature gems per turn at the moment. Search for some sites. We did actually find one on this throne, Lilium Vale. Expected a bit more than that, but... then we had some battles. First of all, we attacked onto Man's Fort. Bunch of worms. Into some province defense. Not all that interesting. Midland. Then, unfortunately, LA Cassia also had the same idea. So, we haven't seen LA Cassia yet. Noblesse is completely obscene. Morale +2, magic weapons, decay weapons, precision, air shield 40, shock resistance 10, poison resistance, fire resistance, HP +3, dark vision +50. It's pretty good. Decay is really not good for us because of our max age. So everyone hit by the decay is in a bad way. So Sacred Crossbows is pretty unpleasant. He then also casts Flaming Arrows on top of it, which is really bad. Not a good time. Yeah, yikes. So that was Midland. We killed all these 11 gold infantry at least. These Sacred Crossbows are a problem, I would say. We lost... Look at this. Awful. So that's not good. But Cassia then did immediately send me a message saying sorry for the bump, so who knows, maybe he'll leave us alone anyway. Ionia next, this is Lemnos raiding. They threw the troll at us with the skull staff, and he summons the Masters again. Then he retreats. And the Lamashtas pretty easily kill all of our province defense. That's a cool tactic. So the province now is empty. I've seen people do stuff like that with horrors before, I've never seen it with Lamashtas. Attacked into a throne next. It's a pretty puny throne, we didn't really throw much stuff in it. The roaring you can hear is the teeth in the hills. So that was the throne, it was pretty easy. Didn't really lose much of anything. And then LA Cassia attacked into this too. Fortunately just for this thing. Some bee scout troops, some bees. Goes okay. Finally, saw a battle in Elderhill. There's Lemnos sending some cats at us. He'd already left this province. Lots of cats of strange colour. These guys don't seem to do anything, they're just slightly different stats. Yeah. Plus the Sacreds we've seen. And one flying commander. Some regular lines. So we lose that, unfortunately. Events. We got B-Ball, the Night Conjure Amarant. And we got another more, which is good. Another group of Teeth in the Hills. Redweed. A couple of gems and some gold. 9 gems, more gems. We lost a scout. We can see the other army that Lemnos has nearby. This is a bit bigger, but it's still quite mundane troops. None of these guys have any kind of special abilities. They're not sacred. They don't have magic weapons. Only the Dream Tigers are kind of special. So that's the army that's in Halbathria. And we pillaged a lot. We got quite a few corpses and quite a bit of gold as well. 77, 70, 61, 20. Not too bad. This province is now on 336 unrest. But we did actually grow some of our red worms, so that's good. And that's it for messages. So down here, yeah, I pretty much can't do anything else down here. I'm just gonna sit what army I have in man and just defend if anyone attacks. It's a bit unfortunate. I'd really like to be able to push Selenia around. I know I alluded to it in the last video, but Selenia is played by Ramk. Ramk's a very, very good player. He's one of the best players on the SA Discord community, probably. So when he's just free to just do this, it's always frustrating, because he's doing this up here as well. He's getting some of Kazuya's territory as well. He'll be very large from doing essentially nothing, while everyone ignores him. And even now, the people in the Discord are still talking about how good a position I'm in because I cast Mother Oak, which is funny, but I'm not sure if it's true. We literally can't do anything here. I mean, if he attacks us, his Bless kind of counters us. We now know that this Cassia is also in a good position to fight us, because that was kind of brutal. Nazca might attack us still. It's also a bit worth remembering that LA Cassia claimed the throne of Knowledge on like turn 12 or something. They have 15 research for 85 gold sages. The War Master 26 to 300. And they have magic skills. So LA Cassia is probably doing quite well on research. Selenia has the throne of magic as well. But all of our neighbours down here, I mean, even if DM Draka could attack us, that would probably be a bad thing as well. Yeah, movements down here, sitting everything in man. Just going to do some research down here while our sites develop in this area. I really need some site development down here. We're slowly getting Dominion, but other than that, not really going to do much. Hopefully no one attacks us. Ivermark, I'm still just leaving the assassins here in case Nazca does move out of stack, because he did say he's going to attack us on Discord when he was talking to Lemnos. So the assassins will wait here one more turn just to see if we can kill a bunch of army commanders, because it would be funny. And then they'll move up here into the Lemnos region, I think. Claiming the throne this turn, which is growth. There actually aren't many thrones left that would be interesting to us. Bureaucracy would probably be terrible for us. Minus 100 gold, plus 1 Dominion conflict, who cares? The other one we could have got was fire, which would be quite good, I suppose. The attack skill bless would be quite nice for the Splendor, and we could do it with some fire magic. We don't have a lot of it. Life's okay though, gives us growth, which is kind of meaningless to us. But 3 nature gems is sure, we're on 19 per turn. Gem income at the moment is very good. That'll be 22 next turn if we claim this throne. So all I'm really doing this turn is I'm going to try and take back Ionia, and I'm going to defend Second Forest. Because we can see 2 Lemnos stacks, one in Elderhill that's small, which can either attack into one of these 2 provinces, and one in Halbathria, which is big, which can only really attack into this province. That being said, cats have an enormous map movement value, so I don't know, maybe that can move straight from there to there for all I know. But I'm assuming that they can only really move into one of these 2 provinces. So with that in mind, a small force is going to take Ionia back. There's lots of Teeth in the Hills here. Also the 2 dancers as well. So the 2 dancers buff up and attack flyers. The 3 blocks of interesting bedfellows units are going to hold while we buff up and then walk forwards. They are all set to attack flyers. And then the worms will walk forwards as usual. Casters here will do the usual stuff. Body Ethereal spam, Divine Blessing, Horde of Skeletons are the main ones. Everything else is going to Second Forest. The plan still is to start summoning tons of long-dead horses out here to help with sitting on forts and stuff. So I'm getting a lab up here this turn. There will be an absolute ton of stuff. Huge stacks of worms. We've got these stupid flagellants, wights, some other sacred troops, and a ton of casters as well, doing, again, the typical stuff. We'll get some of our D3 mages into this province and start spamming some long dead, and then we'll start moving on to these forts the turn after that. And hopefully he rolls these stacks into us and dies. That would be very nice. But we'll see what happens. Not much else to say other than the fact that I alchemized all of my gems into pearls this turn. We do have a few more now. We should probably start opening gateways on them. So the one in my capital is going to get the Strange Bedfellows treatment this turn. I think there's 42 pearls going into it. We're on 11 pearls per turn with 18 death and 19 nature we can alchemize, so that's fine. And I'm also forging handfuls of acorns and skull talismans each turn to give to our assassins. I might give one of our death assassins the skull staff as well, so it can Horde of Skeletons assassinate people. And that's it for this turn. So thanks for watching. I'll just hit N a few times. I think it's just these guys, yeah. See you in the next video.